Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the secrets hidden in plain sight within corporate filings. And let me tell you, LiveWire Group Inc. has a story to tell in their latest 10K filing, a story filled with ambitious electric dreams and some serious financial tightropes. So what is LiveWire all about? You know them as the electric motorcycle brand born from Harley-Davidson, a company with a legendary past diving headfirst into a future powered by electricity. They are trying to lead the electric motorcycle revolution with their LiveWire brand and their StayCycle electric bikes for kids. But let me tell you, being a pioneer in a new industry is not for the faint of heart. Let's dive straight into the numbers, shall we? For the year ended the 31st of December 2025, their total revenue was about $25.7 million. That is a slight dip from the previous year where they brought in close to $26.6 million. Now that might sound small when we think of big auto companies, but for an electric motorcycle startup, it is a crucial snapshot. Sales of their actual electric motorcycles went down by about $3 million from $7.6 million in 2024 to $4.7 million in 2025. They say this was partly due to new pricing incentives like the Twist and Go promotion, which gave customers a break, but it also means less money coming in. Now the good news is parts, accessories and apparel sales more than doubled, jumping from 737,000 to 1.4 million. That is a bright spot showing people are still buying gear even if the bikes are a bit slower to move. Over in their StayCycle brand, which sells those cool electric balance bikes for kids and now adult electric bikes, two things are looking a little better. Total revenue for StayCycle increased by about $1.4 million from $18.3 million in 2024 to $19.6 million in 2025. It seems the kids' bikes and the new adult bikes are finding their market. But here is the kicker, the big picture. Both segments combined resulted in a massive operating loss. In 2025, they lost over $75 million. That is an improvement from losing over $110 million in 2024, but it is still a lot of red ink. They are spending big on research and development to build the future of electric riding. Think of it like investing heavily in new inventions, hoping they pay off big down the road. And then there is the loan. In late 2025, they borrowed $75 million from Harley-Davidson Inc. Yes, their former parent company. Charging them interest on that loan added another $255,000 in expenses. It shows they clearly need cash to keep the wheels turning. When you add it all up, their net loss for 2025 was over $75 million. Not great, but a little better than the nearly $94 million loss in 2024. They are burning through cash, but at a slightly slower pace. Speaking of cash, they ended 2025 with over $82 million in the bank. That sounds like a lot, but considering their losses and ongoing investments, they are watching every penny. They actually sold some stock through an at the market program, raising around $1.7 million. It is a move to get small amounts of cash when the stock price is favorable. That big loan from Harley-Davidson has some strings attached though. It is secured by almost all of LiveWire's assets, meaning if they can't pay Harley-Davidson back, they could lose those assets. Plus, there are rules that could limit what LiveWire can do with its money or its business operations. It is a tough situation when your biggest lender holds so much power. Now let's talk risks, because there are many. LiveWire is betting big on building the desirability of its brand. They want you to connect with LiveWire not just as a bike, but as an experience. That is a tough marketing challenge when you are competing with brands that have decades of loyalty. They also acknowledge if Harley-Davidson itself faces negative press, their brand could suffer too. It is a delicate dance when you are spinning off from a giant but still tied to its reputation. Supply chain issues are a huge worry for any manufacturer, especially with electric vehicles. LiveWire relies on suppliers for key parts like battery cells and computer chips, things that have been hard to get globally. If these suppliers stumble or costs skyrocket, it could really hurt them. They mentioned that if they can't get a steady supply of these parts, it could stop production or force them to change their designs. Competition is fierce. They are up against established motorcycle giants who are also moving into electric. Plus, there are other smaller EV companies popping up. LiveWire needs to stand out not just with technology, but with the whole riding experience and brand appeal. Their relationship with Harley-Davidson is a double-edged sword. They get support and manufacturing help, but they also face risks if disputes arise. Harley-Davidson is still their majority owner, and that means Harley-Davidson's decisions could impact LiveWire, even if they are not what is best for LiveWire. It's like having a very powerful parent who might not always agree with your choices. So what is the verdict on LiveWire from the numbers? They are still in a very early and expensive stage of building their brand and technology. The losses are significant, and while they are cutting costs and improving efficiency, they are still heavily reliant on their ability to grow sales and gain more customers. The debt from Harley-Davidson is a major factor that will shape their future flexibility. On the bright side, they are pushing the electric envelope with innovative products, and their StayCycle brand seems to be doing okay. but the path ahead is clearly challenging with intense competition and a constant need for capital. They have a story to tell, a vision for the future of writing, but the financial execution will be key. Alright, that is our breakdown of LiveWire's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what that means for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. And hey, don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description below for deeper discussions and exclusive content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.